In the previous video, we talked about one of the devils in our head, that is, the regret of the past. In this episode, we'll be talking about another devil, an accompanying devil, which is the worry and anxiety about the future. On this episode, make sure you watch the video until the end to get the juice out of this. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Mind Over Matter with Sankit. In the previous episode, we talked about how the past can cripple us. In this episode, we'll be talking about how worrying about the future is no better than regretting the past. Now, when you look at it, you might think that the future is at least a little more important than the past. Now, this might be true to some extent, but when you realize the importance of the present moment, there is no such thing as the future time. Hear this out properly. So what I mean to say here is that if you are totally focused in your present moment at every time, a better future is guaranteed because you will be making the most out of every moment that you have. On that note, you'll certainly take all the right decisions because you'll be aware about your present moment, due to which you'll have a better future. So worrying about the future, hence, is totally irrational and illogical. Now you might say, we need to think about our career and our future and our family, but then you need to understand that all you can afford to do is give your attention to the present moment. Now, since the future is an effect of the cause, which is the present moment, why not focus on the root of it? That is, why not focus only on the cause, and the effect by itself will become better. So generally, just like how we are going into our head and regretting things that happened in the past, we also find ourselves making up stories of the future. Like I talked about in one of the previous videos, if you want to be equanimous and if you want to be calm and meditative in life, you need to understand that you need to let go of things that are not under your control. Because after you have done all that is in your power, there is actually nothing that you can do by worrying about it. But similarly, you should also prepare yourself if you do not get the outcome that you desire. So if you're giving an exam, rather than worrying about the test not going well, it is rather better to study at least something in the present moment and give total attention to it. In a similar manner, this applies to almost anything in your life. This is relevant to both positive and negative thoughts because, of course, negative thoughts need to be shied away. Of course, negative thoughts need to be avoided, especially negative thoughts about the future, because if you have a negative outlook on what the future holds, you'll certainly have a negative outcome because you'll not be confident with yourself in the first place and you'll not be able to take the necessary actions that you need for the best outcome. So right now, let's do a small practice right here. Just let your thoughts wander wherever they go. There's a high chance that you either thought about the past or the future. Now, as I mentioned clearly in my previous video, thinking about the past is totally irrational. Now, what about the future? Are you supposed to think about the future? Are you supposed to be worried about the future? Are you supposed to be concerned about your future? Will your future go haywire if you do not focus on it? No, that's not true because you never know what will happen in the future. One way in which you can develop this perspective in life is to realize that we are all mortal creatures and we do not really know for how long we'll exist here. So what is the point about thinking about future events? Let's say you let go of all your negative thoughts for the future, but then you still have your desires for the future. Even that is harmful because when you have desires for the future, automatically worry will accompany the desires. Now, even if the worry doesn't accompany the desire, just in case the event doesn't happen in the future just as you expected, just in case the outcomes became a little different, then you'll be crestfallen and you'll be very, very sad. How about the other alternative? That is, you just focus on what you can do in the present and totally surrender to whatever outcome the universe wants you to experience. Because when you look at it from one perspective, no matter what happens in your life, it happens for a reason. It happens to teach you different lessons. no matter what form it comes in. Notice how it always has a subtle or a direct message for you to work on in the future. Hence, all you need to do is simply to make the best out of the present moment. The only way in which you should be related to the future is by associating it with a vision that you have. So of course, visions do not necessarily manifest overnight. They do not really happen immediately after you want them. But you can always associate any certain vision with the future. But you should also train yourself not to think too much about the vision, but to rather be result oriented and to work towards your vision. So do the process very well, give your 100%. Make sure that when you work hard with utter discipline. But after you've done everything that is in your hand, you should simply let it go. You should just let the universe do whatever it wants to. Because you need to be confident. Because no matter what the outcome, you'll always have something good that you can take out from any experience. In this episode, we talked about how thinking about the future, no matter positive or negative thoughts, can be harmful to you. And we also talked about how thinking about ourselves as mortal creatures highlights the importance of the present moment, and also how the future moment can be associated to the present moment through a vision, and the importance to focus on the process rather than worrying about getting or not getting the results. If you like this video, do not forget to press the like button. Also, if you like whatever is happening here at Sound Health Solution, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and to press the bell icon. Until next time.